we are talking all about the top skills that you need to learn and master in order to be better prepared and be able to survive, particularly a long-term SHTF event. Now, first is food. So I'm going to start with food preservation. That includes things like canning, dehydrating, and just learning how to store and cook the food storage that you have. This is going to be the most helpful and useful skill that you can learn. Next, you want to learn how to be able to produce your own food, whether that's plants and gardening or having animals and raising them for food. Even if you only live in an apartment or a small home or have a very small yard, you can still do a lot, particularly with gardening. Now remember to do things, plant things that you're actually going to eat and that you and your family enjoy eating. This can even be done inside your apartment. Now next, you may have more room and more space that you can do, get some animals and start raising them. Guys, you can start small. You can start with chickens and rabbits. We're starting right now just with chickens and learning how to do that. You don't need a ton of land and acreage. We're all not going to be able to have cows and pigs and other animals to raise and produce and get meat from. But even just starting small with something, even quail, you can start with that. You can have them in your home or outside. Just start where you can and with the things that you will actually eat. Next, I would say, is to learn hunting, trapping, and fishing. So this also depends, we should always learn it, but you also want to take into consideration where you live. I do live where there is big game that you can hunt, but even just learning how to hunt small game or even as simple as squirrels. Most people have squirrels that are in their yard or their neighborhood. So even just learning small things is going to help you, and you're going to be better prepared when you need to learn additional ways to be able to get your food. The next skill I would suggest would be fire starting. Everything to do with starting and building a fire and being able to handle a fire, because fire is so important, you guys. You're going to be able to boil your water, you're going to be able to cook, and also produce heat. So this is a very big skill because it helps with all three of those things. Now, of course, you can get lighters, you can get waterproof matches. I've shown those in some videos in the past, but even just learning more unusual ways to start fire, like I showed in my how to start a fire with a battery video. Every time, it's not going to be about necessarily bugging out. You might be bugging in. You might have to leave in a hurry and go to a friend or family member's home. So remember, it's not just about learning how to start a fire outside or with common items like a lighter that you normally would, because you just never know what kind of a scenario you're going to be in, where you're even going to be, and what materials you're going to have around you. Another very important skill that we all need to learn is self-defense. Now, I'm not just talking about purchasing these different items and materials, but actually taking them out and practicing with them, practicing how to load them, how to aim, and getting used to these different items that you are comfortable with. And so that when something does happen, for example, when someone had tried to break into my home that I made another video about, instead of being struck with fear, you will be confident and you will be ready to protect yourself, to protect your family, and you're not going to just be stuck in fear and paralyzed. You will be ready and you'll be able to protect the ones that you love. Now, this can also include things like self-defense class. This is something that I am looking into and that I want to learn more of, because yes, even for you ladies, there are certain moves that we can learn that we can be better prepared to defend ourselves when the time arises. Now, the last skill that I want to cover in this particular video is medical training. Obviously, we're not all doctors and nurses and have advanced medical training, but anything you can do to learn even basic first aid, CPR, anything like this is going to give you a leg up and is going to be so beneficial. Now, I used to be a CNA years ago, but even though I kind of knew all those basic skills and everything, guys, it's been years. I need to go and refresh. I need to learn these things over again, take some classes again, because I have not used these skills hardly at all. And so also remember, if you've already learned these skills maybe years ago, we still need to be refreshed. We need to keep it fresh on our mind so that when a scenario or an event does come up, we are ready to handle it. We're not scrambling and trying to remember, wait, which step was first? Wait, was this the second or third step? Especially when it comes to medical training, because it could mean life or death if you are doing the steps wrong, or you think you're doing it right, but you don't remember because you learned it a long time ago, like I did. So guys, these are just the top most important skills that I wanted to talk about today. I will go into another video with other skills that I think are also very, very valuable, but I think that these are the top skills to learn if you haven't already. And you guys know how I roll. I like to keep it simple. I do not want to overwhelm you. So just pick even one of these skills and just dedicate your time, your effort, and really commit that you're going to learn this skill. So guys, pray about it. There is so much information out there, from books to YouTube videos. Also look up classes in your area. It is best to get actual hands-on training and learn from others in person, especially things like medical training. In my opinion, I think those are best done in person, where you can ask questions, where you can be there and get hands-on experience. Now guys, if you have any other tips, especially for your most important survival skills, please leave those in the comments down below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. It really just makes this channel so much better when everyone contributes and gives their thoughts and their advice. Okay guys, if you have found this video at all helpful, I hope you will go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I hope you will consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you for watching, guys. If ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. You have a great day, and I will see you next time.